right, welcome in to the All Out Super Late Model Series here at Iowa. Right before we get ready to start the chase, coming up in just a couple weeks here. As I believe we will start the chase. In just a couple of races. Going to look at the schedule now, give a accurate update as far as the schedule. We're at Iowa tonight. We'll be at Myrtle Beach next week. And then the chase for the championship starts. Then we'll have 3 races. So we've got 5 races left, including tonight's race. 4 races after tonight. So with those 4 races, or with with tonight's race and next week's race at Myrtle Beach, you really have to put everything into getting to the front here today and next week to get as many points as possible. So that you can lock yourself into that 16 race field for the championship. And then start it all over again. We'll reset some points. Let these guys get going one more time. So we'll have 8 cars that will be eliminated after the race in 2 weeks. And then we'll cut that down to 4 the race after. And then the final race of the season will be a 4-car battle for the championship. That's going to bring it into our practice session here at Iowa. It's a relatively newer track. I'm sure everybody knows all about Iowa. See Scott Formosa going out on track. Start his qualifying effort here this evening. Wait to see what Mr. Formosa can do. Scott Formosa jumps up to the top of the board with 23.53. Robert Barber second with the 22.63. Jonathan Smith third quick with the 22.638. Go and look at James Somke here as he finishes up his lap. He comes in 5th quickest with the 22.96. He's going to drop down as Louis Robinette jumps around him. Austin Victory out there trying to get something done. He ran a 23.11 his first time. See why he doesn't, what he can't get done here on lap number 2. On lap number 2, he does not improve. He stays the same. And that seems to be the the trend going on. Your first lap is your bestest, right? Watching Caleb Ramsey ran a 22.89 his first lap. Second lap 23.15. Preston Boers just clocked in a 22.64. See what Preston can't get done with lap number 2 here. He hits that outside wall very hard. So his second lap will not count for him. We'll wait to see if there is anybody else that is qualifying. We have 11 people who have taken time. 11 drivers taken time. We have 16 signed in to race here tonight. So while we wait for someone else to get out on track, we'll do a little bit of track facts about Iowa Speedway here. It's just, it's relatively small. It's just 7/8 mile track, kind of a Richmond feel to it with the curved straightaway. It was opened back in 2006, so it's already been open for going on 14 years now. The official length of the track is 8.875 of a mile. And you have, in the turns, you got 12 to 14 degrees of progressive banking. Front stretch, you got 10 degrees. Back stretch, you got 4. That's going to do it for our Iowa track fact. Travis Pryor out qualifying. See what Travis can't get done here on lap number 1. Travis Pryor goes to second quick with a 22.61. Gets a little loose out of turn 2. Got Michael Fravert in the 72. He hits that outside wall on his first lap. That's going to do it for qualifying. We're going to get set to go. Racing here, 125 laps around Iowa. So, with that being said, we're going to get set here and go through the starting lineup here. It's going to be Scott Formosa, Travis Pryor on the front row. Then you'll have Robert Barber and Jonathan Smith in your second row. A good starting position for Jonathan Smith here tonight. Then you have Preston Boers in 5th. Michael Whitting is going to be in that 6th position. Another driver with a great starting position here. The top half of the field for him. You're going to have Austin Carter and Louis Robinette rounding out that 4th row, 7th and 8th. That marks the halfway point in the field here. Louis Robinette. And you're going to have Caleb Ramsey. He's starting back there in 9th. With James Somke to his outside. Starting in that 10th position. You're going to have Austin Victory in 11th. James Talbert in the 42 to his outside. You have Michael Fravert starting in that 13th position with Joe Williams to his outside. Then you're going to have Casey Clark And Steve Wiggins rounding out the field. Awaiting a couple of drivers here tonight. Just grid in. See Preston Borders, he gridded in. Just waiting on Casey Clark, Steve Wiggins. And it looks like they are not going to grid. So we're going to get set to go here. I have 125 laps. And it's going to be a very quick race with the drivers that are here tonight. It's a very talented bunch of drivers, and we're going to have a very quick race. These 22-second laps are going to fly by here. Before you know it, we're going to be halfway, and then we're going to be talking to the top three after the race. We're going to be set to go racing next time by. Go on board with Robert Barber for this initial start here. This pace car pulls off there. Green flag is gonna fly now. They're gonna be underway. Formosa got a pretty decent start there, but Travis Pryor goes around him on that high side, keeps the high side momentum. Barber going to be to the inside of Scott Formosa now for second. You go back here to Preston Borders. He started in that 5th position. He's battling with Jonathan Smith for the 4th spot. He's going to have it going into turn 1 there. Go a little bit further back now to 13 of Caleb Ramsey. He's going to be behind Austin Victory there in the 11th spot. Back up front now to the 51 of Preston Borders. He's gotten around Jonathan Smith for the 4th spot. And he's closing in on the 80 of Scott Formosa. We're being told that Casey Clark is having technical difficulties. Very unfortunate for him here tonight. And Preston Borders try to fend off the 23 of Jonathan Smith. We're working lap 5 already. Smith's going to look to the inside of Borders, going to get a little loose, and that's going to cause him to lose some time to the 51 of Preston Borders. Go back now to the 30 of Louis Robinette. He's got Michael Whitting looking to the inside there. Robinette's going to hold on to that position for another lap. Go back up here to the 23 of Jonathan Smith. as everybody further back is kind of spread out. But Smith's going to take the spot away from Boers. That's going to put Smith back up into the 4th spot. Travis Pryor has fallen to the 2nd spot, with Robert Barber getting around him for the lead here. We'll see if Pryor can't run Barber back down and get around him. But I have a feeling that this track suits Barber very well. You look back here to the 16 of Carter. He's trying to get around the 51 of Boers, but he's got the 30 of Robinette right there on his back bumper. Carter's going to look to the inside of Boers. Boers is going to be able to fend him off that time. Robinette trying to look to the inside of Smith there, or the inside of Carter. The 16. Now Robinette's going to be to the inside there. But Carter's going to be able to hold him off. Everybody else is kind of spread out. Got the 22 of Whitting and the 1 of Somke. They're trying to do battle there for the 8th spot. Somke's going to have the high side. Whitting's going to have the low side. See if Somke can't use that high side to keep the momentum up, and he's not able to, and that's going to allow Whitting to hang on to that 8th spot for the moment. Somke battling back on that high side very hard. Not giving up easily. It appears as if Somke's going to have the position this time. Somke will start to pull away as we go back up front. The 0-2 of Travis Pryor. He's reeled it in. Robert Barber. Let's see if Pryor cannot get around Barber for that lead here on lap 16. So it looks like Pryor is just a little bit loose off of 2 there. Gonna look to the inside of Barber. Barber got loose off of 4. Pryor to the inside of Barber now. So they're gonna be neck and neck through 1 and 2. Barber's gonna use the high side momentum to fend off Travis Pryor down that back straightaway. Pryor gets another good run out of turn 4. It's going to be back to the inside of Barber in 1 and 2. They're going to drag race down the back. It's going to be a little bit more even this time. Pryor going to slide up in front of Barber. Barber's going to cross underneath of him. Try to take that position back very quickly. They make a little bit of contact. Pryor does not lose all that much time, but that allows Scott Formosa to get up into this battle for the lead. Pryor's going to use the high side to get back around Barber and maintain the lead. Now Barber's going to lose a spot to Scott Formosa. Scott Formosa is going to be back up into that second position. Barber trying to stop the bleeding. She slides up in front of Jonathan Smith. We have a tight little battle here. Second, third, and fourth. Formosa, Barber, and Smith. You see they're starting to get into some lap traffic. That is the 42 of James Talbert. Holding on to the bottom side there, allowing everybody to use the high side to get around him. We go back to Robert Barber, running in the third position. It's going to be Pryor, Formosa, Barber, Smith, Boers, your top five. Preston Boers, he started fifth. He's running fifth. He's up in the fourth for a little bit. Now he's back down into the fifth position. Having a great start to his race here. Look a little bit further back here. One of James Somke. 22 of Michael Whitting. Somke goes high. Almost makes contact with the lap car, and that's going to put Whitting. He's going to lose some time due to the lap car going low. Back up front with Travis Pryor as he started to open up a gap. He's got about a second gap between him and Scott Formosa for the race lead. Still very early on, lap 27 of 125. Here's Joe Williams. He's going to be the next one in danger of going a lap down here. Back here to Robert Barber is Preston Boers has gotten around Jonathan Smith and Robert Barber both. Barber trying to hang on to the fourth spot. Smith trying to take it away. Austin Carter about 0.6 of a second back of these two battling for the fourth spot. Smith had a great run into 3 and 4 there. Wasn't able to sustain it coming out of 4. Looking for a battle on our timing and scoring. Seem to spread out quite a bit. This is the closest battle on track. These two cars for 4th and 5th, everybody separated by over half a second. Smith having a great run here early on in this race. Smith goes around the high side of Barber for the 4th spot. He's going to put Barber back into his 5th position. Austin Carter about a 1.5 seconds back of those guys. Carter in the 16 gets loose out of 4 and somehow manages to hang on to that car. You see he's got some heavy right side damage. Got up into the wall somewhere. The only other position that is close would be the 22 of Whitting and the 30 of Robinette. Possibly the 13 of Ramsey's. He's behind those guys. Go back up here to Preston Boers as he's starting to move forward. Looks like his car has really came to life for him here after lap 20. Lap 25, and he's really starting to reel in the 80 of Scott Formosa. As caution comes out, we'll go check to see what happened. The 16. Austin Carter, he just loses it off of 4. Almost manages to keep it going. Wasn't meant to be, so we'll have a caution here on lap number 37 of 125. So it looks like everybody's coming in the pit, but Preston Boers, he's going to stay out. Pryor, Formosa, Smith, Barber, Somke, Whitting, Robinette, Carter, Ramsey, all down pit road. And maybe this is the change of momentum, so to speak, for Caleb Ramsey that he needs. He fell back a little bit there. Hopefully Ramsey can turn it around and have a great run here today. Get up inside the top 5. Across the finish line, we'll have an updated running order for everybody. It's going to be Boers, Williams, Formosa, Pryor, Smith, Barber, Ramsey, Talbot, Whitting, Somke, Victory, Robinette, Carter, Michael Fravert in pit road now. Formosa had a very quick pit stop, as did Caleb Ramsey. So you have to think that the other guys took some tires or took all their tires. With Formosa and Ramsey and even Victory maybe taking just 2 tires. Michael Fravert had a very quick pit stop too. You have to think that he took just fuel. We should be back to green flag conditions next time by. We set the lineup, will be 1 to go next time by. My apologies. We set the lineup here after pit stops. It'll be Boers, Williams, Formosa, Pryor, Smith, Barber, Ramsey, Talbot, Somke, Victory, Whitting, Michael Fravert, Austin Carter with Louis Robinette in pit road now. So we will have a delay in the resumption of racing. Nope. We're going to be back racing next time then. We will not. Pace car pulls in turn number 4. Right now, we'll be going back to green flag racing. Preston Bohr is the leader. Joe Williams is in second, but he's being passed by everybody. He got hung out to dry on that high side. Look up here into the 3rd position. Travis Pryor fending it off from Jonathan Smith. Robert Barber there as well. Pryor's going to lose 2 positions. Pryor will be back down and will be down into that 5th spot. That is the lowest he has ran all day. Caleb Ramsey right behind him. As that looks like that yellow flag has turned the momentum for Ramsey. She's up into the 6th position now. Up here, Scott Formosa was under attack from Travis Pryor there momentarily. He was able to fend him off. Jonathan Smith to the lead here. Robert Barber following him. Preston Boers loses a spot. He's down into the 3rd position. Smith and Barber go side by side down the back straightaway. Smith able to fend him off. Barber jumps to the inside. He's going to have the inside line through 1 and 2. That should give Barber the lead. Barber takes back the lead of this race here. Go back to Scott Formosa. That is a couple of tight positions. That is 4th and 5th there. Formosa and Pryor. Behind him, Somke got around Ramsey as Pryor gets around Formosa. Somke's looking to the inside of Formosa and Pryor both. He's going to be able to get around Formosa. Going to be to the inside of Pryor. Pryor's going to get loose, slide up the track. It's going to put James Somke up into the 4th position. Caleb Ramsey now got around Travis Pryor for 5th. Caleb Ramsey up inside that top 5 now. Go back and look at Austin Carter in the 16 as he's going to be battling with Austin Victory in the 71 for the 10th position. Carter started 14th on that restart. He's going to be up into the top 10 now as he's having to fend off from Victory as Victory went a little low on entry. And that's going to allow Carter to get back around him cleanly. Looks like Scott Formosa is going backwards as Michael Fravert gets around him now for the 7th spot. Travis Pryor riding the ship. He's getting back into going in the right direction. As we say that, he gets loose off the 4. He's going to lose 3 positions there. He's going to put Ramsey, Fravert, and Formosa. Well, Formosa did not get around him. Pryor held him off. Look back behind them. Michael Whitting running in the 9th spot. Right behind these guys. Go up here to the 51 of Preston Boers, as it looks like James Somke has reeled him in quite a bit, and he has. Somke, a man on a mission here as we are quickly approaching halfway here. Somke to the back bumper of Boers. He's going to get the position, get the inside position going into 3 and 4. That's going to allow Boers to keep that high side momentum off of 4 and carry it down that front stretch. He's going to slide down in front of Somke. Travis Pryor reeling in Michael Fravert for the 5th spot. Pryor. It goes Fravert, Pryor, and Ramsey. 5th, 6th, and 7th. They are separated by about a second at most. Ramsey running back there in that 7th position. He was running 12th on the restart, or 11th on the restart. He's up in the 7th spot. James Somke and Preston Boers continue their battle. Somke gets around Boers for the 3rd spot. James Somke having a great run here at Iowa. See if Somke can't run in the leaders. You saw he ran down Preston Boers. Maybe he can run down those leaders. As Jonathan Smith has gotten back to Robert Barber now. They were separated by about 0.3 of a second. Now they're separated by about a 0.13 of a second. Smith trying to get that top spot back. Led early in the race. Once it back is there, getting into lap traffic now. That is the 42 of James Talbot. They managed to work around him. But Barber opens up the gap over Smith. Joe Williams, Louis Robinette are in danger of going a lap down here as well. We look out the back of their car. You can see the leaders passing start-finish line, closing in very rapidly. It looks like Robinette had an issue. He's still having an issue. Is that going to affect our race leader? No, it will not. We look. Go through the running order here. It's going to be Robert Barber, your leader. Jonathan Smith having a great run here, running in the second position. James Somke, another one having a great run. He's in that third position. Preston Boers is behind him in the fourth spot. Yeah, Michael Fravert in the fifth position. Scott Formosa right on his back bumper for fifth. Formosa's running sixth. You're going to have Travis Pryor in that seventh position. And he's going to have Caleb Ramsey right there, trying to take away that seventh spot. Behind them, you're going to have the 16 of Carters. They've started to close in on those guys in front of them. Michael Whitting, he's running in the 10th position. Louis Robinette will be in 11th. Austin Victory will be 12th. And you're going to have Joe Williams in that 13th position. James Talbot running in the 14th position. He is a lap down. Out there making laps. As now, fifth on back is in danger of going a lap down to our race leader, Robert Barber. Caution comes out. We'll go see what happened and get a replay here. Travis Pryor, a little bit of contact between him and Caleb Ramsey. Pryor couldn't hang on to it. Tries to get back going and just loops it around. Very unfortunate for him. As Pryor will lose a lap from that. But it's still early. We still have 53 to go. He could get a lap back. And Louis Robinette getting a lap back now. We'll wait for people. Well, we can go ahead and do a running order here. It'll be Robert Barber, Jonathan Smith, James Somke, Louis Robinette up into the fifth spot. Well, Robinette will have to go to the end. He was a wave around car. So it'll be, well, wait for them to catch up, cross start finish line, and do a full running order here. Right, here we go. It's going to be Barber, Smith, Somke, Ramsey, Carter, Fravert, Whitting, Boers, Formosa, Robinette, Victory, Williams, Pryor, and Talbert. The running order here. We're going to have 52 to go now. We're under caution. Lap 75 now. We should have one to go next time by. Robert Barber has chosen to take, looks like Barber's chosen to take the outside here on the restart. We'll have one to go. Barber has chosen the outside. That puts Jonathan Smith on the inside. We should have 48. Laps to go, maybe, yeah, 48 when we go back to green flag racing. Pace car pulls off. We're green flag racing here one more time with 49 laps to go. Robert Barber gets a great jump over Jonathan Smith. Caleb Ramsey up into that third spot now. Having a very good run here today. See if he can get up there and challenge Barber for the race lead. Ramsey's trying to hold off the 72 of Michael Fravert. Fravert's going to look to the inside. He's going to have that inside line in 3 and 4 here. And he's going to take over the third spot from Caleb Ramsey. Preston Boers now looking to the inside of Ramsey down the front straightaway. He's going to take away the 4th spot from Ramsey. Ramsey trying to stop the bleeding, so to speak, here. He's got Scott Formosa right behind him. Go back and we check in on Travis Pryor as he is 1 lap down. He's battling with the 11 of Joe Williams. Back up front here, Preston Boers getting around the 72 of Michael Fravert. Going to be looking to the inside of the 23 of Jonathan Smith. Fravert going to the inside with Boers as well. It's going to be Barber, Boers, Fravert, your top 3. Formosa now looking to the inside of Fravert for That third spot is Formosa. Moved up 2 positions that lap. Boers going after the lead. He's looking to the inside of Barber now. Boers gonna have the lead down the backstretch. Formosa looking to the inside of Barber for second now. Formosa took over the second position. Barber fallen, but he's able to hang on to the third position, but he's going to be under attack from the 72 of Michael Fravert, and Fravert's going to get the position, and Smith is going to go with him. Barber and Smith are battling hard for that fourth position. Smith's going to have it that lap. We'll see if Smith can't use the high side. And now Michael Whitting attacking the Ada Barber for the 5th position. And Whitting is going to get the 5th spot. Looks like Austin Carter pulled his car off the track and will not finish this race. Scott Formosa has taken over the lead from Preston Boers. Michael Whitting up inside that top 5 one more time tonight. Caleb Ramsey is falling back to 9th position. Louis Robinette, he's up into the 8th spot. Closing in on the 1 of James Somke. We have 38 laps to go. Somke has heavy left side damage. Don't know quite how that is going to affect him here in the final 40 laps of this race. Looks like Michael Whitting battling with the 23 of Jonathan Smith now for the 4th spot. Whitting on the inside. He's going to have the position at the line. And he's going to fully get out in front of the 23 of Jonathan Smith. That is for 4th. Michael Fravert now up into the 3rd position. He's chased down Preston Boers. He's having a great run here for Fravert. Boers able to hang on to the 2nd position here. Start to pull away from Fravert now. Look back at Louis Robinette. She's battling with the 8 of Robert Barber now. We only have 28 miles left in the race. Robinette is going to get the 6th position momentarily. Barber battling back on the high side. Robinette using the low side, taking the shortest way around the track. He's going to be able to slide up in front of Barber. Barber's going to cut to the inside. Robinette's able to pull away down the front stretch. It's going to put Robinette up into the 6th position. Barber down to 7th. Go back up to Michael Fravert. Fravert is right there at the back bumper of Boers for the 2nd spot. Fravert looking to the inside of Boers, and Boers is going to be able to use the high side momentum. To maintain this 2nd position. So we only have 28 laps to go. It's 24.5 miles. All that's left in this race. Everybody's kind of spread out. You see they're working around the lap traffic of Austin Victory. And that's going to force Boers out of his comfort line. It's going to let Fravert close in a little bit. Fravert trying to look to the inside, not able to close in enough. Fravert trying to maintain this top 3 running position that he has. He has about a 1.2 second gap back to the 22 of Michael Whitting, who is battling to get around the lap car of Austin Victory. Then you have Jonathan Smith having a great run here inside the top 5. He's trying to hang on to it. Keep Louis Robinette behind him as we have 24 laps to go. 21 miles. All that is left in this one. Scott Formosa again out front. That's Formosa, Boers, Fravert, Whitting, Smith, your top 5. You're going to have Robinette, Barber, Somke, Ramsey, and Pryor rounding out the top 10. You have Williams, Victory, Talbot, Carter rounding out the field, with Carter out of the race. If a caution was to come out in the final 22 laps here, that would put Travis Pryor back on the lead lap. We're watching here as the battle for the race lead heats up. They're separated by just 0.18 of a second. Formosa pulls it out to about a 0.2 of a second gap. Boers gets a great run out of turn number 4 down the front stretch. Formosa gets into 1 better. Boers got into 3 and 4 there better. He's going to get a good run out of turn number 4. He's going to look to the inside of Formosa for the race lead going into turn 1. Formosa got it. Hanging on momentarily. He's going to use the high side momentum to stay out in front of Boers. We have 19 laps to go. Looking back, Jonathan Smith going to have to start fighting to save that top 5 position from Louis Robinette. Robinette chased him down and is trying to take away that top 5 position. Jonathan Smith able to pull away from Robinette down that back straightaway. Robinette uses the corner to close in. He had a good exit out of turn 4. Did Robinette. He's going to be within 0.2 of a second of Smith. Smith opens the gap up. Something happened with Scott Formosa as both Boers and Whitting both get around him. That last lap, Whitting, a great run for Whitting. Michael Fravert has fallen into the 4th position, 2.5 seconds back of the race leader. See if Whitting can get it done here. Looking to the inside of Boers with 14 laps to go. Make that 13 now. They're separated by 1/10 of a second. Whitting looking to the inside of Boers. Boers is able to use the high side to fend him off one more time, but Whitting still looking to the inside. Boers able to slam the door shut in 1 and 2. Whitting again dives to the bottom, gets underneath Boers. They make a little bit of contact. They both keep going. Now Whitting is going to have to fend off Scott Formosa. It's Boers, Whitting, Formosa, your top 3. Fravert and Smith round out the top 5. Robinette, Barber, Somke, Ramsey, and Pryor round out the top 10. We have 10 laps to go. You saw Formosa get into the wall. That's going to allow Whitting to kind of pull away and start focusing on Boers again with 9 laps to go. He is right there. He's going to dive to the bottom. See if he can't get a great run out of 4 here. He does not, as Boers gets a good run. Going into 2, 1 and 2, Boers gets a better run into 1 and 2. The lap car played a factor, and that is going to allow Whitting to close in on Boers. They're separated by less than 0.2 of a second out of turn 4. Whitting got 7 laps to make something happen here. I believe Michael Fravert has fallen off. He is down to 3.5, 4 seconds back of the race leader, even pushing 4.5 now. Whitting gets a good run out of turn number 2. Gets a good run into 3 and 4, but Boers gets a better run. Boers gets a good run out of turn number 4. And a good run into 1 and 2. starting to open up the gap over Michael Whitting. He's got 5 laps. 5 more laps. Whitting dives to the bottom. Boers going to be about 3 car widths higher. They almost make contact, and that's going to allow Boers to pull away as Whitting tries the high side, and Boers gets a little loose there out of turn number 2. That's going to allow Whitting to close in some. We have 4 laps to go. Coming to get the 3 to go. Whitting had a good run down the front stretch. He has a good run down the back stretch. Had a good entry into 3 and 4 there. As Travis Pryor just ran the fastest lap on track that last time by. Michael Whitting slowly but surely closing in on Boers. So we are coming to get the white flag this time. Whitting had the fastest lap on track last time by. Boers loose out of 4. It's going to allow Whitting to close in as the white flag is in the air. Can Whitting get around Boers? Boers seems to get a little loose out of the corners. Preston Boers is going to be your race winner, followed by Michael Whitting and Scott Formosa. We will get you guys your final running order here this evening. It's going to be Preston Boers, your race winner. Michael Whitting finishing second. And I believe that is the best finish that Whitting has had since we came on air with the All Out Super Late Model Series. Scott Formosa in third. You're now Michael Fravert in 4th, and I believe that's another best for Fravert since we've been on the air with these guys. Jonathan Smith 5th. A great run for those 3. Whitting, Fravert, and Smith top 5 for those guys. Louis Robinette is going to finish in that 6th position. Robert Barber 7th. James Somke 8th. Caleb Ramsey 9th. Travis Pryor rounds out the top 10 tonight. Then you're going to have Joe Williams in the 11th position, James Talbert 12th, Austin Victory 13th, Austin Carter 14th. Casey Clark did not start the race, as did Steve Wiggins. 14 cars started this race. And I believe, well, Travis Pryor had some tough luck here tonight. Michael Fravert, he had some moments where he was hard charging up through the field, finishing that 4th position. We'll be back momentarily with post-race interviews coming up next. All right, we're here with our 3rd place finisher, Scott Formosa. Scott, congratulations on 3rd place finish. It was a hard fought battle up there tonight between yourself, Robert Barber, Travis Pryor up there, Preston, and Michael Whitting.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody was on a little bit of different strategy tonight, and I felt like I had the right strategy. I just think Preston and the 22 was just a little bit quicker than me right there at the end. I did all I could to hold them off. I was hoping maybe they'd get together. I'd sneak in and get me a win, but it didn't happen. But, I was happy for third. That was a good solid night, good points tonight, and we'll move on to next week.
Yeah, and that's the big thing. Not necessarily for yourself because you've had a lot of great runs, but the guys who are on the outside looking in, as far as the chase for the championship that's going to be starting after next week's race, this was a huge night, and that allowed you to really open up on the points there.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to get in this chase and see what can happen. Just get as many points as I can in the regular season. See where that puts me in the chase, and see if I can click off a couple wins early on in the chase and go from there.
Yeah, and the big thing is the closest two competitors. In the points battle, Robert Barber, Jonathan Smith, they both finished behind you, so that really allows you to pull away for the regular season points battle here.
Yeah, I think they made a little bit of a mistake pitting so early tonight, and they were on real old tires at the end. I think they rolled the dice to see if maybe it would stay green, and most of the time that just don't work, and I think that's what cost them. They both had fast cars tonight, but I think the strategy that they took on the tires just bit them tonight. But you never know what can happen with those strategies, though.
Yeah, exactly. Again, congratulations on the top 3 finish. We'll let you thank your sponsors, friends, family. Get out of here and enjoy the rest of your evening and get set for next week.
Yeah, just thank All Out Towing and the All Out League, Robert Barber, and want to thank Casey Clark had trouble tonight. He couldn't run, and Louie, and you guys, y'all do a great job, man, and we'll see y'all next week.
All right, buddy. Well, we look forward to seeing you next week when we go to, I believe it's Myrtle Beach.
Sounds about right.
Yes, it is. Myrtle Beach, 150 laps. It's going to be a great time. We look forward to seeing you there.
All right, man. See you guys. Thank you.
All right, we're here with our second place finisher, Michael Whiting. Michael, a huge run here tonight out of you. You've been kind of smooth and consistent running inside the top 10 all season. And this week you really turned it on and showed everybody what you could do.
Yeah, the car was decent. I think the caution played in our hand. Stopped and got tires with the top 4 or 5, and we were able to run them down and preserve some tire near their end, and then turn it up. I just didn't have enough at the end there. He had the preferred line, and I'm not going to bump him or do anything like that to win a race. It's just not me.
Yeah, no, exactly, and that's the thing, and looking back over the last few races, like I said, consistently inside the top 10. When we went to Richmond back in June, you were. Let me look here. I cannot see. All right, back at Martinsville, you finished 7th there, and so it's been a steady upward climb for yourself from whenever we took over the season back back in
Yeah,
March, and you're up here inside the top 3 now.
yeah, I was very happy with that. And honestly, anytime you can beat the 80 car, it's almost like a win, anyways. Scott's pretty tough. There's a lot of tough guys to get around in this series, and worked out well for us tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we'll let you thank your sponsors. Get out of here and enjoy the big night here with the top 3 finish.
Yeah, I want to thank Brookside Equipment, located in Phillipston, Massachusetts, and I'd just like to thank Robert and for putting on the series. It's fun. I'm just racing every other week, but it's relaxing. It's a bunch of good guys here, so a lot of fun.
All right, buddy. Hopefully, we look forward to seeing you back next week at Myrtle Beach when we go there for the regular season finale.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it all shakes out. But thank you very much.
All right. Thank you for your time, Michael. All right, we're here with our race winner, Preston Boers, and Preston, the last 6 races, and you've won 4 of them.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good streak. Missed a couple races there, just being busy on Thursday nights. But the races I could run, I say we've done pretty well. Heck, coming in, with practice and even in qualifying, felt we lacked a little bit of speed. We were off 10th or 2 there, but just seemed like in the race we ended up taking the 4 tires a little bit later on in the race, and just was able to kind of prevail. Just stay, end up kind of running up front, and was able to get to the lead and kind of maintain. We had a little bit of pressure there from behind a couple different times, but just luckily able to hang on to it.
Yeah, and with one race until the chase for the championship starts, you're inside the top 16 very comfortably. I might add, you got about 112 point cushion. So next week, it should be a pretty relaxing race for you there at Myrtle Beach as well.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a tricky track, so it definitely pays dividends to have that little bit of cushion, breathing room going into next week for sure. But I like to thank all my guys and just everybody that helps me bring this fast piece to the track week in, week out. Just can't thank everybody enough for helping me out. I want to thank Rob Barber too for just putting these races on every week and allowing us to do this, and able to do a awesome broadcast we got going on. So it's a pretty cool deal. So, but yeah, I want to thank everybody again on my deal. This helps me out, and we'll be there next week at Myrtle Beach, ready to go.
All right, well there you go. You did all my hard work for me there at the end, so we'll let you get out of here and enjoy the rest of your evening, buddy.
Sounds good. You guys too. Thanks again.
All right. Thanks for your time, bud. All right. So there we go. As you heard, we do only have one race until the playoffs start, so to speak. We'll have a let me get over here to the schedule. As we'll have Myrtle Beach next week, and then we'll have New Smyrna or Smyrna after that for the round of 16, and then we'll have 5 flags for the round of 8, and then barring some unusual things, we should have our championship finale at Nashville on September 5th. So be on the lookout for that. I know next week Robert's going to come in and talk to you guys and give you guys a little bit of a rundown on how things are going to go. A little bit more of a rundown than what I was able to do here tonight. But it's going to be a lot of fun. We got 4 races left. Yeah, 4 races remaining here tonight. Yeah, and gonna be a lot of fun. Make sure you guys check everything out and be here for the final. I would say in the final 6 races, but the final 4 races, so to speak. And until next time, take care, be safe, do what you guys need to do to take care of yourselves. And we look forward to seeing you guys back here next week for our regular season finale. And until then, have a great rest of your evening. We'll see you guys next week.